Hello everyone, John Trigger 12 back here again with another video, and today I'm back with another John Trigger 12's top 5 picks. Today I'm doing once again another one, but I don't know. I know I usually do my top 5s either once a week, or typically if there's a big movie coming up I usually do a top 5 specifically for that. But seeing as how I've been bored lately and I have a lot of top 5s I want to get out there, I decided, screw it, why not just make just two for this week, seeing as how I have a lot of top 5s. But let's get right down to it. Today I'm doing my top 5 overrated animes. Now this is going to get me heat, I know already right off the bat. I know what you're thinking. Why do such a thing? There's a lot of anime fans, and possibly most of them like your channel or subscribe to your channel, and that's all cool in games, but that's all fun and games, but that doesn't mean I'm specifically bashing the animes I'm about to list. First of all, when I'm saying that it's overrated or overhyped, I'm not specifically saying the anime in question is terrible. I mean, lots of people like to bash Dragon Ball, but that doesn't mean, I personally think it's crap or I'm going to stop watching. And I don't really think you guys should do the same. Just because I say that it's overrated, overhyped, that's my personal opinion, and it doesn't mean that they're crap or terrible. That just means that they're a little tiny bit, and just a little. They're just a tad, I guess, not as good as people like to say they are. But let's get right down to it. My top 5 overrated animes. Number 5 has to go to Attack on Titan. I know it's a freshly new anime and it's been sweeping up the nation of the anime culture. Lots of people love it. Lots of people hype it up. But I don't really see what the humongous fan base for it is, really, because I'm a fan. I like it. It's fun, it's cool, it's interesting, it's gory, it's fresh, it's kind of new. The artwork's okay. But it's not the greatest anime I ever seen in my life. There's plenty of other animes that I've witnessed in my day that definitely are far more entertaining and definitely draw me in a lot more than Attack on Titan. Now, when I say that Attack on Titan's overrated, overhyped, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It's not a bad anime, but it's just one of those things where I think people overhype it a tad bit. It's kind of like the Winter Soldier of, if I had to compare it to it as an example, anime fans of today like to consider Attack on Titan as, the greatest anime of all time, currently. And that's all cool and all, but I don't like to think of that. And it's the same thing with comic book movies. People like to consider the Winter Soldier as, the greatest comic book movie of all time. I wouldn't go that far. It's a good movie, but it's not the best. Same thing about Attack on Titan. It's a good anime, but it's not the best. And I think people like to overhype it a little bit, and that's why it's on my top 5. Not a terrible anime, just a tad little overhyped. Moving off of that, going to number 4 has to go to One Piece. One Piece is the biggest mainstream anime that I can honestly say for the first time ever. I know I'm probably going to get shit for this, but I never really liked. I got into anime through other type of stuff. One Piece wasn't that. One Piece, when it blew up, I just never rode that train with you guys. It's just one of those animes that I can see why people like it. I can see why it's entertaining. I can see why people love the main character of Monkey D. Luffy. I can see why. People love him. People love the anime. People dedicate most of their shit to fucking One Piece. And that's all cool, fun, and games, but to me, I feel it's overrated because it never really drew me in. It's just not my taste, It's just, and you would think it would be, seeing as how it has the hits and beats of animes I particularly like. But I don't know. It's just, I can't really explain it in words that could possibly make you guys understand where I'm coming from with this. It's I don't know. Every time I watch a One Piece episode, I really don't really care. I watch it halfway through and I'm like, ugh, this is whatever. Or I'll watch it fully. And it's just I have zero, it's okay and all, and I can see why people liked it, but I just don't really see a need to continue watching the rest of the episodes or continue reading the rest of the manga. And I don't know, and that's just my personal feeling about it. One Piece is great. It's mainstream, it's very successful, people love the shit out of it, but for me, I think it's a little overrated. You know, it's not that great. You know, and plus, I don't know. It's the biggest mainstream anime out there today that I consider that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I can honestly say that it just doesn't never it just never draws me in. That's just my personal opinion. But moving off of that, going to number three has to go to Bleach, another mainstream anime. But I think fans would agree with me that Bleach has definitely run its course a tad. You know, it's in the manga sales and in the anime ratings, it's definitely not doing as good as it has been doing. So I'm pretty sure that you guys can get the overall feeling that, yeah, it's kind of really run its course, and it's really, like, at this point, really whatever of an anime. And that's how I personally feel about it. But I felt the same way, like, way back, you know, because I did like Bleach. I honestly can say that I really got into Bleach. When it first came out, I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. You have this character of Ichigo who has this weird, like, ability to see, you know, the dead, and then, like, comes across this weird looking cutesy chick with a fucking samurai, like, kimono on, and then she fucking teaches him the ways of the hollows, and he has to, like, face off against them, and then they go on their wacky ass adventures and shit. And that's all cool with their wacky ass fucking exaggerated samurai swords. That's all cool, and it was awesome. I was like, fuck yeah, the hollows, badass, fucking these cool big ass over exaggerated swords, fucking awesome. That's cool. But after that initial run of Bleach, once the story continued to progress and move away from where it initially was, I lost interest. It just really, like, at that point, I think people started to overhype the living shit out of Bleach. Like, and people love Bleach. Like, I remember back in my art schools and art classes that I used to take, all the anime fans, because majority of them are anime fans, you can't really deny it, based their artwork on Bleach. It was ridiculous. Like, people would, like, use the artwork of Bleach as their main template for their artwork. And I was like, wow, people just love the fuck out of Bleach, you know, like, and that's all cool, but I don't know, it just felt kind of weird, you know, and stupid, and I don't know, like, Bleach is definitely one of those stories that I can never come across as like, wow, that's awesome, that's like the best anime of today. And I can't really say that about Bleach. I think it's just, it run its course, and it was so fresh and kind of new, and it was nice while it lasted, and kind of just got overhyped over time, and now it's like just whatever, you know. But I felt that way back in the day. Like, after its initial run, I kind of felt like I lost interest, you know. And I don't give a fuck about what anybody else says. That's just how I personally feel. If I had to choose an anime over fucking Bleach, I'd fucking say, you know what, fuck it. I'd rather watch Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, that's what I personally say. And I said this in my last fucking anime vlog, top 5, that I like to consider, like, Yu Yu Hakusho is Bleach before there was a Bleach. And that's how I personally feel, you know. Like, Bleach is just whatever. I'd just rather watch, like, other animes like that are way better and far more entertaining. And that's just like my personal opinion. I just think Bleach just got a little overhyped for its own good, and now you kind of see the outcome of what's happened with its run. But that's just how I personally feel. But moving off of number 3, going to number 2, which is, of course, I'm pretty sure the biggest thing that people are going to bitch at me at and give me heat for, and of course it goes to Naruto. Naruto, I like to consider, is one of the biggest fucking overrated animes of all time. People love the shit out of Naruto as much as they love One Piece and Attack on Titan. They just love the living shit out of Naruto, and I get it. When Naruto first came to America and first blew up, I was right there with you guys. I fucking love Naruto. I fucking thought it was awesome. This fucking little scrappy little bastard kid with these weird ass sando shoes, and he was a ninja, and he fucking had like this Goku hair, and fucking had these weird ass stupid slogans with his like ambitious voices. I believe it. And it's like, that's all fucking fun and games and cool and fun. I liked it. It was pretty awesome. I love the whole style of the anime. I like the designs of the characters. I love, you know, the fact that Naruto was kind of like a Goku-esque character where he didn't really believe in, you know, in other material things. He just believed in, like, improving himself and becoming the best of his clan, if you will. And that's all fun and games. That was cool. I loved it. I loved the characters. The villain arcs were great. The arcs with the main characters were great. But there's one thing that I just didn't like about Naruto. And people overhype the living shit out of Naruto. which is why it's on my list and why it's overrated in my opinion. Because my personal opinion is, and I'm pretty sure there'll be people who disagree with me, but this is just my personal thoughts, guys. I think the ending of part 1 of Naruto in the anime is the most anticlimactic ending to an anime in fucking recent years. Like, personally, it's like the ending of Naruto sucks so much nutsack, it's not even funny. Like, seriously, because the main characters are, of course, Naruto Uzumaki, fucking Sasuke, and Sakura. They're the fucking, the main characters. They're the main fucking crew. The holy trinity of Naruto, if you will. And, of course, over the run of its course, they, of course, have to go their separate ways. Sakura goes this way, Sasuke wants to go that way, and Naruto, of course, is on his goal to become, Hokage and the best he can be and whatnot. That's all cool. We know that's eventually going to have to happen. But the thing that pisses me off is that the fact of how Sasuke as a character has changed so much, and how he, disregards his friends and his community to go do this thing, and how blinded Naruto is by friendship that he doesn't see what's going on. And that's what personally pissed me off about Naruto, the ending of part 1, is that Sasuke is a douchebag. I don't care what anybody says. You like Naruto, you like Sasuke, that's all fun and game. He's a douchebag. Fuck him. He's the biggest douchebag in anime, I personally believe. Or at least one of the... He's like the Cyclops of I like to think of it that way. He's like the Cyclops of anime. That's how I like to fucking think of it. He's fucking such a douche. He has this chance to live in a normal community, have normal friends, live a normal life, but instead he decides to go on this route to avenge his clan by killing his own brother, the fucking Itachi, and he's a whole nother, reign of douchebaggery. And you just have this, cycle of, where Sakura, of course, is the superficial, whatever character, and she is in love with Sasuke, and she wants to be with him, and that's all cool and fun and games, but he's a douche, can't you see that? And from what I've heard, and the continuation of the manga and anime, she's still with that mentality of, she's in love with Sasuke. Why do you love this guy? He's a douchebag, he turned his back on you, he fucking dropped your love crush, he broke it in half, he fucking, took it out on your community, and he fucking left. Fuck him. That's what I personally think. Fuck Sasuke. And then you have this battle between Naruto and Sasuke, which I actually personally like. I love the battle between Sasuke and Naruto. I personally believe it's hands down the greatest battle in Naruto history other than the Gaara stuff and whatever else people like nowadays. That's personally my favorite. But the ending to it is so stupid and just anticlimactic. You have this scene where obviously Naruto is defeated for a reason that I fully do not comprehend because he's obviously better. And then Sasuke just decides, you know what, he's gonna leave. And he just leaves. He just leaves him there. It's what the fuck? And people like that shit? I don't know. Personally, I think it's a complete blowhard fucking anime. It's stupid. And I can't even... the ending... Seriously, the ending of Naruto... And I know you guys are saying, oh, you're stupid, that doesn't make sense. Wow, you really don't like Naruto just because of the ending? I don't. I personally do. I liked Naruto from the beginning. I got really into it, and people love it still, and that's all cool, but the ending to it is, regardless whether you like it or not, but it's true, it's anticlimactic. It's so anticlimactic, I can't even get into the second series, Shippuden, and I've tried to watch the movies, I've seen several of the beginning of episodes. I just can't see it, Shippuden or Shoppuden, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's stupid in my opinion. I really don't care. I have zero interest in it. And I think people overrate and overhype the living shit out of Naruto. It's good, it's fun. Back in the beginning of it. But now it's just whatever. I don't even give a shit about it. And that's just my personal opinion. I hope I didn't piss any of you guys off. But I'm going to skip right down the honorable mentions because I've been wasting way too much time on the Naruto thing. But the number one overrated, overhyped anime, I have to give it up to Death Note. Death Note is the biggest blowhard anime, besides Naruto, that I personally think is just downright whatever. I give two shits about Death Note, and it got big really fucking fast, and they made, multiple fucking film, adaptations to it. People love Death Note, but I never understood why. I get it, it's interesting, it's cool, but it's not that entertaining. It's boring and it's kind of lame, That's just my personal opinion. But that's going to be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my top 5 overrated / overhyped animes. That's my personal list. But what's your list? Of course, this is subjective. So give me your list on the comment section. But again, this is my personal list, and that's going to be it.